Before we starting the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Story 1. Sarah Thompson, a woman in her early 30s, lived a life filled with love and aspirations. She was married to David, a caring and supportive man. However, their wedded bliss was overshadowed by one constant source of strife: Sarah's mother-in-law, Helen. Helen was a strong-willed woman, known for her sharp tongue and unwavering opinions. She believed that Sarah fell short in her duties as a wife and mother. "That's not how I cook. That's not how I clean. That's not how I take care of my husband and child." Helen would pester Sarah relentlessly. Sarah, determined to prove herself, had strived to win Helen's approval since the day she married David. But despite her efforts, Helen's criticisms persisted, creating a tense atmosphere within the family. David, caught in the middle, struggled to balance his loyalty to his wife and his deep-rooted respect for his mother. He often found himself mediating their conflicts, hoping for a resolution that seemed increasingly elusive. As time went on, Sarah's frustration grew. She had always been an excellent cook, taking pride in her culinary skills. Yet Helen dismissed her efforts, claiming that her dishes lacked the traditional flavors and techniques Helen deemed essential. Fed up with the constant undermining, Sarah hatched a plan. She decided to host a family dinner, inviting Helen over, with the intention of showcasing her cooking prowess and proving once and for all that she was more than capable in the kitchen. Sarah meticulously planned the menu, taking into account Helen's favorite dishes. She challenged herself to prepare complex recipes, hoping to astound Helen with her culinary finesse. The dinner became more than just a meal. It was a high-stakes event, an opportunity for Sarah to demonstrate her abilities and silence Helen's criticism. The day of the dinner arrived, and Sarah donned her apron, a mix of excitement and nerves coursing through her. She cooked with a determination fueled by years of feeling belittled. The sense of spices and sizzling ingredients wafted through the air, tantalizing the senses. As the family gathered around the table, Sarah presented her creations with a confident smile. The room fell silent as they tasted her dishes. Sarah's cooking had transcended expectations, delivering a burst of flavors that amazed even the most discerning palates. David's eyes widened with surprise and pride, and the rest of the family couldn't help but lavish praise on Sarah's skills. The once skeptical Helen, unable to deny the delectable taste before her, offered a rare compliment, albeit begrudgingly. In that moment, Sarah's victory was not just in the mastery of the culinary arts. It was a triumph over doubt, a silent proclamation that she was more than capable of fulfilling her roles as a wife and mother. As the evening drew to a close, Sarah could see a flicker of change in Helen's eyes, a glimmer of acknowledgement, and perhaps even admiration. The dinner had set in motion a series of events that would challenge their preconceived notions and push the boundaries of their strained relationship. Little did they know that the path ahead would be filled with unexpected turns, personal struggles, and moments of profound transformation. But for now, in the aftermath of that unforgettable dinner, Sarah relished in her triumph, savoring the taste of victory and hoping it was just the beginning of a new chapter in their family journey. The success of Sarah's culinary triumph lingered in the air, creating a newfound sense of confidence within her. Buoyed by her accomplishment, she decided to tackle another battleground where Helen constantly criticized her: cleaning. Sarah knew that to truly prove herself, she needed to showcase her meticulous cleaning abilities. She meticulously planned every aspect of her strategy, leaving no room for doubt. She would invite Helen to her home, ensuring it sparkled with cleanliness and organization, challenging her mother-in-law's notion that Sarah fell short in maintaining a pristine household. With determination in her eyes, Sarah embarked on a cleaning frenzy. She scrubbed every corner, polished every surface, and organized every drawer. Her dedication to perfection left no speck of dust unattended, no stain unvanquished. The day of the visit arrived, and Sarah greeted Helen with a warm smile, inviting her into a home that radiated cleanliness. Helen's eyes widened as she took in the immaculate surroundings, struggling to find fault or room for criticism. Sarah gave Helen a tour, showcasing her attention to detail. The gleaming countertops, the meticulously arranged shelves, and the freshness of the air testified to Sarah's meticulousness. Even the smallest details had been addressed, leaving Helen speechless. Helen, unaccustomed to seeing such pristine conditions, found herself in unfamiliar territory. Her prior complaints about Sarah's cleaning skills seemed trivial compared to the cleanliness she witnessed before her eyes. A newfound respect for Sarah's abilities began to take root within Helen's stubborn heart. Throughout the visit, Helen couldn't help but notice the peace and tranquility that pervaded Sarah's home. It was a stark contrast to the tense atmosphere that often enveloped Helen's own household. She began to question whether her own preconceived notions and criticism had contributed to the disharmony within her family. As the day wore on, Sarah's display of exceptional cleaning skills left a lasting impact on Helen. The once opinionated mother-in-law had been taken aback by Sarah's dedication, realizing that perhaps her previous judgments were misguided. The visit concluded with a newfound appreciation from Helen, who expressed her admiration for Sarah's ability to maintain such a pristine home. It was a humbling moment for Helen, one that chipped away at the walls she had built between herself and her daughter-in-law. However, Sarah knew that her journey to win Helen's acceptance was far from over. There was one final frontier she needed to conquer: the realm of parenting. With her head held high and determination in her heart, Sarah prepared for the ultimate challenge, ready to prove her worth as a devoted mother and wife. Sarah's success in showcasing her cleaning prowess had left a significant impact on Helen, but the final challenge lay ahead: proving her parenting skills. Determined to win over her mother-in-law's approval completely, Sarah planned a family outing that would demonstrate her love, dedication, and bond with her husband and child. She carefully selected a picturesque location, a place that would provide the perfect backdrop for a memorable day with her family and Helen. Sarah wanted to create an experience that would challenge Helen's perception of her as a mother and reveal the deep connection she shared with her husband and child. On the day of the outing, the sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow upon Sarah's face as she watched her family prepare for the adventure ahead. She ensured every detail was taken care of, from the picnic basket filled with homemade treats to the carefully curated activities that would engage and delight everyone. As the family gathered at the chosen destination, Sarah's eyes sparkled with anticipation. She had planned a series of activities that encouraged laughter, communication, and shared experiences. From games to storytelling sessions, each moment was carefully crafted to showcase the love and joy that permeated their family dynamic. Sarah's husband, David, watched with awe as his wife effortlessly orchestrated the day's events, marveling at her ability to bring their family together. He couldn't help but feel a surge of pride for the woman he loved, recognizing the strength and resilience that she possessed. Helen, too, observed the interactions with a mix of curiosity and wonder. She had rarely witnessed such a display of unity and genuine affection within her own family. As the day unfolded, Sarah's dedication and thoughtfulness began to chip away at the walls Helen had built around her heart. During the outing, Sarah's child, a reflection of their harmonious family life, laughed, played, and shared tender moments with both parents. The joy radiating from the child's face was a testament to the love and care they received from Sarah and David. As the day drew to a close, the family gathered to bid farewell to the idyllic location. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the scene. It was a moment frozen in time, a moment that held the potential to bridge the divide between Sarah and Helen permanently. As they walked back to their car, a sense of contentment settled upon them. The day had been a resounding success, exceeding even Sarah's expectations. The bond between Sarah, David, and their child had been fortified, their love showcased in every shared moment. For Helen, witnessing the genuine connection between Sarah and her family had been a revelation. It sparked a deep reflection within her, causing her to question the judgments she had placed upon Sarah for so long. In that quiet moment, as they made their way home, Helen found herself considering the transformation she had witnessed within her daughter-in-law. Sarah had proven herself time and again, not only as a capable wife, but also as a loving and devoted mother. The seeds of change had been sown, and Helen's perception of Sarah began to shift. Little did they know that fate had an unexpected twist in store for them, one that would test their newfound bond and challenge their resolve. A surprise ending awaited them, a turn of events that would push the boundaries of their relationship to the brink. As they entered the next chapter of their lives, Sarah and Helen were unaware of the challenges and revelations that lay ahead. It was a precipice of uncertainty, where personal struggles and unexpected encounters would ultimately define the course of their shared journey. Story 2. Emily Johnson, a devoted wife and mother, had always strived to create a loving and nurturing environment for her family. However, her husband Michael's constant preoccupation with work had begun to strain their relationship. One fateful afternoon, Emily's world came crashing down when their daughter, Lily, suffered a terrible accident. Emily's heart raced with panic as she saw Lily clutching her arm in pain. In a state of desperation, She reached for her phone and dialed Michael's number, seeking his support and guidance in this moment of crisis. As the phone rang, Emily's anxiety intensified. She needed her husband, the pillar of strength in their family, to be there for them. But when Michael finally answered the call, his voice carried an unexpected fury. "I'm at work. Don't ever call me again," he shouted before abruptly hanging up. Stunned and hurt, Emily stood frozen, holding Lily close as tears streamed down her face. She couldn't understand how her husband could respond with such callousness in their family's time of need. It was a heartbreaking realization that shattered the trust she had placed in him. Minutes later, as Emily tried to calm her shaken daughter, a sudden noise caught her attention. The sound of the television. She turned her gaze toward the screen, and there, to her disbelief, was her husband, Michael, appearing calm and composed, addressing a live audience on a popular talk show. Confusion washed over Emily as she watched Michael expertly discuss business strategies and share his success stories. How could he have claimed to be at work, yelling at her not to call him, and then be on television just moments later? The stark contrast between the man on the screen and the man she thought she knew left Emily grappling with a mix of anger, hurt, and bewilderment. As the show ended and Michael's face disappeared from the screen, Emily was left alone with her thoughts. The incident had opened her eyes to the disconnect between Michael's public persona and his private actions. She vowed to dig deeper, determined to uncover the truth behind his behavior and the mystery that seemed to surround him. Little did Emily know that her journey to unravel the truth would lead her down a path filled with unexpected twists, uncovering secrets that would shake the very foundation of their marriage. The events set in motion on that fateful day would push Emily to confront not only the betrayal she felt, but also her own strength and resilience as she navigated the stormy waters of love, loss, and personal struggle that lay ahead. Emily's mind was consumed by the revelation of Michael's double life. Determined to uncover the truth, she embarked on a journey to unravel the mystery that surrounded her husband. Driven by a mixture of curiosity and betrayal, Emily sought answers in the only place she could think of, Michael's workplace. With a determined resolve, she set out to gather information that would shed light on his actions. Through her discreet inquiries and careful observation, Emily discovered that Michael was a highly successful businessman. His name carried weight in the corporate world, and he was often featured in the media for his expertise and achievements. As she delved deeper, Emily unearthed inconsistencies in Michael's stories and behavior. His claims of being busy at work didn't align with the reality she uncovered. Colleagues and employees spoke of his frequent absences, often leaving them to handle crucial responsibilities. In her search for answers, Emily confided in her longtime friend Sarah. They spent hours dissecting the evidence and piecing together the puzzle of Michael's deception. Sarah, a steadfast source of support, offered Emily the guidance and strength she needed to confront her husband. Their investigation revealed a web of deceit that extended beyond Michael's professional life. Emily discovered hidden bank accounts, unexplained financial transactions, and connections to individuals involved in dubious activities. It was a startling revelation that shattered the image of the man she thought she knew. As Emily unraveled the secrets, the divide between her and Michael widened. She realized that their marriage had been built on a foundation of lies, leaving her questioning every aspect of their relationship. The once loving partnership now seemed like a facade carefully crafted to conceal Michael's true nature. The weight of her discoveries took a toll on Emily's emotional well-being. She experienced a roller coaster of emotions, from anger and betrayal to deep sadness and loss. It was a tumultuous period in her life, filled with personal struggle and a desperate need for answers. In the midst of her turmoil, Emily found solace in her daughter, Lily. She poured her love and attention into ensuring Lily's well-being, shielding her from the pain and chaos that enveloped their family. As Emily continued to gather evidence, she grew more determined to confront Michael and demand the truth. The realization that her husband had been leading a double life weighed heavily on her, fueling her resolve to seek justice and find closure. Unbeknownst to Emily, the confrontation that awaited her would be more surprising and far-reaching than anything she could have anticipated. The secrets she had uncovered were just the tip of the iceberg, and the ensuing revelations would send shockwaves through their community, leaving Emily to navigate a landscape of shattered illusions and unexpected consequences. With each passing day, Emily braced herself for the storm that was about to unleash, preparing to face the fallout and make choices that would shape her future. As she prepared to confront Michael, she held on to the flickering hope that truth and justice would prevail. leading her to a resolution she never saw coming. Emily's determination to uncover the truth about her husband's double life consumed her every waking moment. With the weight of newfound knowledge on her shoulders, she embarked on a relentless pursuit of answers, driven by a thirst for justice and a need to make sense of the web of deceit that surrounded her. As Emily delved deeper into her investigation, she unearthed a series of incriminating documents and correspondence that revealed Michael's involvement in a scandalous corporate scheme. The evidence painted a vivid picture of his greed and willingness to compromise ethical boundaries for personal gain. With the support of her friend Sarah, Emily began piecing together the puzzle of Michael's misdeeds. They meticulously documented their findings, building a strong case against him. The more they uncovered, the clearer it became that Michael's actions had far-reaching consequences that extended beyond their personal lives. Meanwhile, Emily found herself entangled in a clandestine game of cat and mouse with her husband. Michael became increasingly suspicious of her probing questions and subtle shifts in behavior. He grew more secretive, taking extra precautions to hide his tracks and maintain the illusion of innocence. But Emily was undeterred. Her determination grew stronger as she discovered a network of individuals connected to Michael's illicit activities. She dug deeper into their backgrounds, uncovering a web of corruption and deceit that stretched far beyond her initial suspicions. As Emily's investigation gained momentum, she received an anonymous tip from a source close to the situation. The tip led her to a hidden cache of evidence, buried deep within Michael's meticulously organized files. The shocking revelations within those files left Emily breathless as she realized the extent of Michael's involvement in the scandal. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Emily knew it was time to confront her husband. She meticulously prepared her case, gathering every piece of evidence that would expose Michael's true nature to the world. It was a moment she had been building towards, one that held the potential to not only expose his crimes, but also liberate herself from the web of deception that had entangled their lives. The day of the confrontation arrived, tension hanging in the air as Emily faced her husband with unwavering determination. She presented her evidence, one damning piece after another, revealing the depth of his lies and the magnitude of his betrayal. Michael, caught off guard by the weight of Emily's revelations, attempted to deflect and deny, but the mounting evidence left him with little room to maneuver. The carefully constructed facade he had maintained for so long began to crumble, piece by piece, under Emily's relentless pursuit of truth. As the confrontation unfolded, a seismic shift occurred within Emily. The woman who had once been vulnerable and reliant on her husband found her voice and inner strength. She refused to be silenced or intimidated by Michael's desperate attempts to salvage his reputation. In that pivotal moment, Emily took control of her own narrative, determined to reclaim her life and protect her daughter from further harm. The struggle for truth and justice had transformed her from a victim of deception to a warrior fighting for her family's future. But little did Emily know that the revelation of Michael's misdeeds was just the beginning. The consequences of his actions would reverberate far beyond their personal lives, impacting the lives of others and setting in motion a chain of events that would test Emily's resolve and resilience in ways she never could have imagined. As the dust settled from the confrontation, Emily braced herself for the storm that was about to descend upon them all. With the truth exposed and the battle lines drawn, she stood ready to face the aftermath and navigate the uncertain path that lay ahead. Moral of the stories: that's not how I cook. That's not how I clean. That's not how I take care of my husband and child. The moral of this story is that true strength and empowerment come from embracing one's individuality and rejecting societal expectations. It teaches us that conforming to traditional roles and expectations can stifle personal growth and lead to resentment and unhappiness. By standing up for oneself and pursuing their passions and dreams, individuals can find fulfillment and create harmonious relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. My husband yelled at me when I called in for help after our daughter broke her arm. My husband replied, "I'm at work. Don't ever call me again." But 5 seconds later, he was on TV. The moral of this story is that appearances can be deceiving and trust should never be taken for granted. It emphasizes the importance of open communication, honesty, and genuine involvement in maintaining healthy relationships. It teaches us to be cautious of individuals who project a false image and reminds us to prioritize empathy, support, and shared responsibility within the family unit. Lessons from the stories: embrace individuality. The first story teaches us that it is essential to embrace our individuality and pursue our passions. By breaking free from societal expectations, individuals can find their true selves and create more fulfilling relationships. Seek the truth. The second story highlights the importance of seeking the truth and not settling for surface appearances. It encourages us to trust our instincts and investigate when things seem amiss. Discovering the truth allows for informed decisions and empowers individuals to take control of their lives. Communication and support. Both stories underscore the significance of open communication and mutual support within relationships. Effective communication and a willingness to listen foster understanding, empathy, and stronger connections. Additionally, providing support to one another during challenging times strengthens the family bond and helps navigate difficult situations together. Resilience and empowerment. Both stories demonstrate the resilience and empowerment that individuals can cultivate when faced with adversity. They inspire us to find strength within ourselves, overcome obstacles, and pursue justice and personal growth. In summary, these stories teach us to embrace our individuality, seek the truth, prioritize open communication and support in relationships, and cultivate resilience and empowerment in the face of challenges. By internalizing these lessons, we can lead more authentic, fulfilling lives and create stronger connections with our loved ones.